Thank you all for being here tonight. I know I know most of y'all, and it's good to see all of y'all. And thank y'all. Some of y'all may or may not have seen some of my work, so I just wanted to share a couple images that I've done recently in the last 4 or 5 years. Two that I really enjoyed making. One was at Fort McCavitt, one up at Yellowstone of White Gum Geyser. Idaho Falls. Dang it, computer's being slow here. Idaho Falls in Idaho. This was just this past August off the porch of my balcony in Chisos Mountains in Big Bend, doing a star trail. Ended up with a really cool one, I think, just because I had this cloud bank that kind of sat all night and made some cool star trails. Uh, Always like to share this one. This was one I'm kind of proud of. My first nighttime photography photo that I've ever won an award for through PPA. This was the lunar eclipse back in November of 21. Perseid meteor shower this last August in Big Bend. This was a composite shot of all the meteors during the Perseid meteor shower. Ended up counting about 60 or 70 before I lost count out at Big Bend. Great place to go see a meteor shower if you ever get the chance. I highly recommend it. Just to tell y'all a little bit about what's coming up for 2024. The 4-day workshop that I'm going to officially announce here shortly is just one of the many things that I've got going. I'm going to do a photographing the eclipses. We have a March lunar and an April solar here in Texas. So in February via Zoom, I'm going to do a brief kind of talk about how to shoot both lunar and solar eclipses. If you've never done those, it'll be hopefully a good little workshop, not workshop, little tutorial on how to photograph both of those. I will be teaching for the third time my photographing the night skies through PPGH, which is the Professional Photography Guild of Houston. If you're a PPA member, which is Professional Photographers of America, this will be a merit workshop. Tentatively, either March 21st or April 13th. I'm not sure the date yet on that one, just because PPGH hadn't put their calendar out yet. So probably one of those two dates is what I'm shooting for, just to be early in the year. Joan has graciously invited me to speak at the Woodlands Photography Club April 10th, and I'm excited about that. That'll be right after I get back from San Antonio and shooting the solar eclipse on April 8th. So I'm excited about that, and we'll see how fast I can turn around some of those photos and hopefully share a couple of those for the camera club. I will go into more detail about the astrophotography workshop, obviously, here in just a moment. I'm also hoping to do sometime in September or October, just kind of a weekend workshop somewhere here in Texas. That one's literally a year out kind of range, so I haven't planned that one yet. Part of it will also depend on how many people sign up and what goes on during the workshop that I'll be announcing here tonight. And then always available for one-on-one mentorships. If anybody wants to just go out and learn, I will do that. Another image that I've done, other star trails. This is growing up, we had some property just south of Schulenburg, out just west of Houston. Just down the street from where we were was this store that was actually built in about the 1850s, I believe, is if I remember the historical marker correct. It's called Hackberry. It's a storage building, and a house. That's how big that town is. So let me tell you a little bit about me. Some of y'all, I think most of y'all know me that are on, but some of those that may watch this later on Facebook, I want to just kind of introduce myself. I've been shooting professionally photography since about 2003. Really enjoy teaching people how to shoot photos, and love being out in nature. National parks are one of my favorite places to go photograph. I know Stephen recognizes at least one of those spots, if not multiple of those, down the corner. A very younger me out at Brooks Camp in Alaska, uh, Rocky Mountain National Park, and a couple of those photos, and then Santa Elena Canyon and Big Bend a couple of years ago. Also do normal photos as well. Do portraits, weddings, and events. And one of the things I'm involved with also is shooting with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. So I have been teaching classes for PPGH. First started my first official workshop taught back in 2021. Originally was supposed to be in 2020, but we all know what happened in 2020, so that didn't happen. So I've got a couple different workshops that I've been teaching for PPGH. One on creating historical photos, and then my night sky. This past August, did my first kind of independent nighttime photography workshop out in Big Bend in August. And it was a lot of fun. It was very, very dark and very, very warm this year, but well worth it. Saw lots of great skies. Also got some great storm photography while I was out there as well. So a little bit about what this summer's workshop is going to cover. And to back up a little bit, one thing I meant to mention, the Photographing the Night Skies workshop that I do for PPGH is a 6-hour lecture class. We don't actually go out and do anything, but it is a intensive 6-hour course that will teach you all the apps, all the settings and everything. So it's a good start place if anybody wants to start there that hadn't been on and doesn't want to just wait till a trip to learn. It's a great workshop. Again, I'll announce that one once that date gets nailed down officially. But during that workshop and this coming workshop in the summer, we will be covering topics including obviously setting up your camera for astrophotography. We'll talk about how to focus at night and get those sharp stars. Whether you're using an autofocus or a manual focus lens. I actually use manual focus lenses. And I can show you an easy way to get those set up. We will talk about how to photograph and process star trails. We will talk all the gear that is needed for astrophotography. If there's apps you want to use, and there are some that I recommend highly that are great. So we'll be talking about those. We'll talk about how to create panoramas of landscapes and nighttime astrophotography landscapes. And we will be doing light painting as well. Speaking of panoramas, this is a panorama of Fort McKavett State Historic Site that I took almost 2 years ago now. All right, so y'all ready to find out where we're going?
Jill, ice, hanky.
Weird. I don't know what that was. Okay. Anyway, we're going to be going to Lake City, Colorado, and the dates are going to be July 6th through the 10th. If you're not familiar with Lake City, we're going to talk a little bit about Lake City and why Lake City.
I'm like calling right back. I'm on a Zoom and I can't get it on mute. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So why Lake City? There's some great things about Lake City. It's a higher elevation, average about 8,000 feet. Higher your elevation, the less atmosphere, so the better star viewing. Lake City has just recently been named the new they've got a park there that has been designated an International Dark Sky Park. It's one of 84 globally. I can talk today. And this is exciting because one of the things that hopefully ensures is that in the future, they will help maintain dark skies for this area. And it's a very small town. I think the population I saw was 423. Though during the summer it does grow quite a bit, because it is a very popular place to summer, partly because it's 8,000 feet. Hinsdale County, which is the county Lake City is in, has lots of trails, scenic drives. There are 5 14ers and over 20 13ers in the county alone, which is another great thing that it blocks a lot of light that from the areas around it. It's got the amazing Alpine National Loop backcountry byway. It's also called the Alpine Loop. It's a 4-wheel drive trail up in the Alpine that is absolutely fantastic, and is home nearly 750,000 acres of wildlife refuges around Lake City, which just makes it a lot more a lot nicer and a lot darker. It's obviously beautiful Colorado scenery, and for those of us here in Texas, it's July in Texas, and where else would be better to beat the heat than the Colorado mountains? Just to give you an idea, some of y'all may not know where Lake City is. The pin drop there is Lake City, so it's southwest of Denver and Colorado Springs, almost due south of Aspen, and kind of northeast of Mesa Verde, if you've ever been to the Mesa Verde area. The closest airports, if you're thinking about coming and flying in, the Crested Butte Airport and the Durango are the 2 closest mid-size airports. Closest large airport would obviously be either Denver or Colorado Springs, and then drive over. I will personally be driving up from Texas, so I will be traveling ahead of time to get there early and get acclimated. But this kind of gives you another idea of why Lake City. As you can see, there's several mountains around Lake City that block it off. And it is, if you're familiar with Colorado, it's actually just over the mountain passes from Silverton, Ouray, and Durango. So what would a workshop with Mike Crawley cost? It's going to be $750 for the workshop. There's a $250 deposit due to reserve your spot. I'm going to limit this to 10, very possibly, maybe if enough people are interested, we might bump that to 12, but I'm going to try to keep it at 10. I already do have 1 spot filled, just a layover from somebody in August that had to cancel and will be coming with us. What does that include? It'll be 4 nights of instruction and shooting, 2 classes during the day that talk about how to set up the camera and how to process photos. And then we'll also be doing a pre and post trip Zoom to prepare for the trip and to follow up after the trip for any questions. So that's what all is included. What's not included, travel to in Lake City and during the workshop is on you. Lodging, meal, and any gear you might need is your responsibility as well. How can you sign up? Really easy. If you visit Come and Take It Photography, which is my website. Once you open that, over on the side there is a link for workshops and education. Click on that. There will is already up a page that says the Lake City, Colorado Astrophotography Workshop. Scroll right below the picture. There's a reserve my spot, which will take you to a form, fill out, and then I will contact you on how you'd like to make your payment. And I take several forms of payment. But that will be how to sign up. Brief kind of itinerary of what we're planning on doing. I'm obviously still working on a few things, but we'll first day arrive in Lake City. We actually will meet that afternoon at the cabin I'll be staying at and talk about settings. And then from there, go out to our first location, shoot most of the night, come back. Day 2, you'll rest, sleep on your own during the day. We'll meet around dusk to travel to our second site. Day 3, we'll rest, sleep, meet around mid-afternoon, if depending on how things work out. Hopefully travel to a really great location. It's a little bit further away, but should be a really good location to shoot. And then day 4 will be meeting mid-afternoon to talk about processing, and then going out for a 4th night to photograph. I always get the question, do I have to stay out all night? No, you don't, but it's a lot more fun if you do, and there's a lot more to see if you do stay out. And then what do we do during the day? I usually rest, sleep most of the morning into early afternoon. Then I get up and kind of explore town, get ready for the day, and go on. It all depends on how much rest you need each night. And where can you see all this information? I'll have it on, again, it's already on my Facebook page. And I'll be posting all this information on Facebook and on Instagram. And if y'all have any